Today, on This American Dice, the arrest of a gambler involved in the murder of a high-profile samurai may be just the first domino to fall. Who else will get caught up in the turmoil? Will Aji and Taiyo keep their respective secrets from their colleagues? And will Yugare survive an encounter with a man Yogo Osako warns will murder him? All this and more, today, on This American Dice.
A large city surrounded by green walls and acres of poppy fields. A group of monks traveled toward the city, exchanging prayers for whatever alms the poor peasants of the countryside can spare. In the noble quarter, we see a beautiful but imposing palace and a foreign-looking minareted estate. In the temple quarter, we see the glistening white temple of the sun goddess with its 60-foot pole topped by a shimmering golden spear, and the temple of the fortune of wealth with its towering statue of the patriot god of the city. Next door, in the merchant quarter, we see busy streets with noisy merchants selling wares from all over Rokugan and beyond. On the other side of the Bay of Drowned Honor, the fisherman's quarter, dirtier with poorer commoners, meaner gangs, and shabby dwellings amid the docks and warehouses. We pass the leather workers' quarter, the home of the Ada, the Untouchables, and the only building of notice there, the city crematorium. Finally, we arrive at Teardrop Island, the license quarter, with its perpetual twilight of hanging lanterns, fine sake and geisha houses. We follow a man in a basket hat as he's beckoned inside by a beautiful geisha. He enters and removes his hat. We see one of the monks from the beginning. Ryoko Owari, City of Lies.
The fisherman's quarter.
Oh, yeah.
We see a barge. I keep saying barge, but it's almost like a yacht. It's like a nicer boat, and it's getting ready to kind of head into the Bay of Drowned Honor. There's a bunch of kind of rowdy gamblers on there. There's a bunch of dudes from, especially this is the Crab Caves, after all. So there are a bunch of guys from the Fire Eaters, Kanjin, and the firefighter brigade / gang. Those are the guys with, like, a lot of times they have fire tattoos, or they wear clothes with like an image of a flame on it. And they seem like they're significant neighborhood toughs. And you three see that this boat it's getting ready to head out onto the bay to do some gambling, to roll some dice.
It's dice rolling time. I say we just get on the boat and have them steer back to shore while we were rather than try to race on the boat and race against time. It's gotta be somebody captain.
Yes.
Guess he would.
Need to, I guess it shouldn't take long. You just need to arrest him, no problem, real quick thing, and be on our way.
Okay. Alright. So I could play it.
All right.
Should I do my move to see what spirit ally I have today?
It's a new day. New Danish
make a bold roll for me first.
Whoa, bold rolls.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
9.
That's a good one.
9.
Negative 1 bold?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
No wonder you keep on getting murdered.
Yeah. If you want to do that, you can. So,
it's a bold roll for us. This one has choices.
So the danger of that was the danger that you faced was that this boat either leave or be full of some other characters that maybe wouldn't be good to deal with.
Yugare's stance was pretty naive, but he's bold about it.
All right. So you just made, what's the name of the move?
This spirit is my ally.
All right. And how was your roll?
I rolled a 9.
Okay. For the bold roll and that?
Yeah, well, you rolled 7.
Yeah, the other one was 10 minus 1. This is 7 plus 2.
That's wild.
So you will choose the element, and it will perform the rank 3 action on command. So a column of air will...
Yeah.
It's the rank 3 move.
So I choose the element, and it does the rank 3.
It is OP. I don't think healing on command... Or no, the air one whispers messages. As the water one just... I don't know.
Well,
one of them just heals. That's the OP one in my opinion.
That's because you're super beat up.
Or you could heal others, but not yourself.
I'm going to give you a Kami of Fire in case this goes south. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Right. Frighten or deliver harm to anyone within my sight.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, so we made it on the boat
Mm-hmm.
before it took off.
Yeah.
Was the bold roll like to get them to turn the boat back around, or was that just to get on the boat?
Yeah, to see if the situation of, basically, are you going to be able to get on this boat, or is it going to be something where you have to attempt some other move that might be more dangerous to get on this boat once it's already kind of disembarked, like leap onto the thing? You guys kind of get on there right before it goes. It was also to see who's on this boat.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's gamblers, it's a lot of firemen. The size of the boat, it's think like a yacht. So
Big.
it's big, but not like a crazy super yacht that like an insane billionaire would have. But it's definitely like,
how many people do you think fit on here?
so it's definitely like, I feel like the length of a school bus at least. So it's pretty big. And there's probably so maybe a little bit longer than that. I think we've described it as either the length of a school bus before, or the length of possibly 2 school buses.
Take that one.
Let's go with that. So twice the length of a school bus. You've been here before to talk to this guy, so you've seen this before. It definitely has like a...
First time I was here, though,
in
my memory, this was just like a place like on land. Like
the first time you guys...
casino on land.
The first time you guys met him, you met him at his house.
Oh, that's what
2 houses.
I was like,
Yeah.
this whole time I was like, man.
Which was
I
like a
miss
screw up
so
for
much.
how the world is supposed to work with this, but it's not important.
Anyway, all right.
So yeah,
Cool.
so it has like a bar. It has probably like a smaller table where people would play dice. It has like the main table where like the high rollers are playing dice, and it probably has something where somebody can like play an instrument as everybody's chilling out. There might be. It seems to be mostly focused around gambling. There might be prostitutes on the boat, but I'm not 100% on that. It's mostly focused around this gambling.
All right. Yeah, let's get on board this.
All right, so you guys are able to come on board. Are you guys wearing your badges and whatnot?
Not for me.
Yeah. So you guys are wearing your badges?
Actually, I don't know if I have a restriction anymore. But.
Yeah, I think we should have it that you don't. Maybe wear like a something. But so yeah,
People recognize my face.
You're on this.
Boy.
You're on this boat. And this is kind of a sudden thing.
A little bit of burden.
I love that.
So you guys get on this boat. This is a fairly sudden thing, especially because you guys, as these magistrates, show up, and a lot of these firemen kind of like look at you guys with kind of a quizzical, "What are you guys doing here? You're in the wrong place." And I think Meat comes up. You're the only one of the 3 of you who's met him before, so Ishi's the only one, and he says, and he's like, if you're here to join the game, I think we're full. Next week we'll have another game.
Unfortunately, I have come to arrest you.
Just going for it. Shit, I was going to have some pleasantries first. But...
My investigation has yielded that you murdered a man from a samurai from the Dragon Clan, and while I understand your predicament, unfortunately this means I will need, you will have to do the punishment for your crime.
And he's like, "Whoa, no. Listen, I'm a gambler. I'm not a killer. Why don't we go and we'll talk to the Thunder Guard. We'll work all this out. It'll be nice and easy."
I guess I need to read him.
Sure.
What's going on in this place? Like,
Yeah, you can read a situation.
bodyguards or some shit.
All right, so Yugare is reading a situation. Yugare is reading Lean Meat, and Ishi is reading a situation. So Ishi, why don't you go ahead and blast out your...
One XP off getting all the free questions. Damn.
So, what'd you get?
I got like a 14, but that doesn't matter. So I don't have the free questions.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's really close though.
All right, so you rolled very well. So you get the three questions from the list.
What here's the biggest threat? Okay, how about you doing like, is there like a big threat? Does it seem like a threatening situation?
What here is the biggest threat? The biggest thing is, based on what you already know, Lean Meat seems like a guy who is somewhat well connected and knows things in this like kind of criminal world. And you remember back to where he talked about how like the people who keep him safe there's a bunch of these fire eaters on this boat. If things go south, as much as wanting to make sure maybe, let's just say the desire to make sure that he's not arrested might not completely mean that he gets away. Might mean that they just make that he just gets killed. It might be better for some of them that happens.
Yeah.
So,
I see no problem.
Yeah, as much as there's a chance that rather than fight you, some of these guys might try to kill him in this situation. What else? What else we got?
What's the best way to get him out of here? So what's the best way past these fire eaters for this man? Because I know how I get that.
The best way is one of two things. One,
not have said the whole rush bill. So I'm reading the situation.
probably your best bet is literally just grab him and get him out of here.
Okay.
Because him, like, talking him into coming with you could be bad. Could be bad news. The safer bet probably is just grab him.
Okay.
And finally,
I kind of already got my enemy's true position. I guess what else should I be on the lookout for? But it's okay if there's like not really anything else that's big.
Learning this thing about lean meat. This dude isn't a murderer. What should you be on the lookout for? It seems weird that this guy would kill somebody. He seems like a gambler. He's involved with all these criminals, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person who's a murderer.
Okay.
This is weird. And you've probably been thinking about that and your interactions with him as you kind of came up to this. That he doesn't fit the mold for that. He's a criminal. He's not a murderer.
All right.
Well, he just told me that, basically. Like, I said, hey, you murdered somebody and I'm arresting you. And he said, nope, I'm just a gambler.
Uh-huh.
And is he telling the truth?
No.
Well, wait.
He's not telling the truth. He's not just
He
a
is a
gambler.
murderer.
He knows what he did.
I see.
And so, yeah, I just, sorry, I have to take you in.
And
Please come with me. And I think Yugare, this is how far he planned.
Uh-huh.
That he was going to say, like, come with me, you're arrested. And that was going to work. So...
All right. And I think he says like no. There's got to be a mistake. We'll talk to the Thunder Guard and clear this up. This is somebody totally different.
I'll just grab him and like unsheath my sword in one hand and have like his arm in the other and start to try to drag him off the boat. I guess. Make a roll.
I think this is more of a threaten with violence than a battle roll.
Well, it's definitely not a battle roll yet.
Yeah, because I don't know if they necessarily resist right away. So I think this is the threat of you to make sure that you get what you want. So this guy's coming with me, or else I'm going to really hurt somebody real bad
Do you
here.
like +1 from read situation?
Actually, yes, yeah. So you get a +4?
Only a +3.
Okay.
Only a +3.
But are you threatening the fire guard? I guess.
Everyone.
Everyone who doesn't...
He has to come with
What
me,
has happened?
or there's violence.
Nice.
And +3, and that's already a 9, so it's a 12.
12 is pretty darn good. Do you have that advanced? Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, that's my life. 1 XP off all these things. Man, if only I could fail one of these
Yeah.
rolls.
Me.
Please no.
I only got a 12.
Should make rolls you don't care about.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So
I don't know what it
they
does.
have to choose.
No, they have to choose force my hand and take harm or submit and do what I want. Okay.
And I think they look at you. You're pretty damn big. You pull this sword out, and they kind of look at where they are, and I think they kind of back down,
Got it.
Good. Let's get off this
Good
boat.
thing I
and they're
brought
like, yeah.
Let's get off this boat.
And I think one of the guys yells, like, you're kind of sitting down, and one of the dudes who seems like he's a little bit older and is pretty big. He's not as big as you. He's not as big as Ample, but he's pretty darn big. And he says, "Don't hurt him. We wouldn't want to see anything happen to him."
Of course not.
Where's?
That guy about.
Alright.
You've met that guy before. That's you would know him as Bigger, the leader of the fire eaters.
That's right.
Oh. Can I roll to recognize this boy? No.
I don't think you've
I
met him.
When did I meet him?
You met him when you went to go talk to Lean Meat after just on your own.
This man's name is just bigger.
Yeah,
That's
his
cool.
name is just bigger.
And
Just
surprisingly,
he is
the shortest of the big people we know.
Yeah, he's bigger than these other dudes, but not.
Not like PC size status.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
Back
he's
up.
You should meet my brother Biggest.
yeah, little boy. No,
Little
he's,
brother
he's,
Biggest.
he's definitely older. He's probably like your age.
40s? Yeah.
So in his your late 20s. What did you say?
That's not what I said.
Mid-40s.
Oh.
40s.
So yeah, he's probably in his mid 40s. Yeah, I thought you said late 20s. I was like, what?
I did
Okay.
not shift out of age.
That still could work. It just doesn't establish you as the old character anymore as much. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, so Ling Mi the whole time is protesting that he is innocent. He didn't kill anybody.
Well, I tell him what happened. Like I got the investigation.
He's like
stuff.
you grabbed me.
Well, I'm telling him like I know that your daughter was killed by Ogai, and I understand your need for revenge, but unfortunately, he's a dragon samurai, and a crime was committed here. You committed a crime.
And he'll continue on that like he's like I didn't do anything, but I think he'll like when you bring up his daughter, he'll start crying. He's very upset, and so it's going through that as he's bringing up like I didn't kill anybody.
Oh, guess time to hang him.
And so yeah, I think he's very distraught, and I think he starts to sometimes he'll just be in the midst of crying, not adding context to it. He'll bring up like flower, but he means a name rather than a person, rather than just like I'm bringing up flowers.
So when I read him and he was lying,
Uh-huh.
do I still get that sense like when he continues to protest?
Sure. Yeah, he's telling you the same thing.
Oh, man, to interrogate him for like
Same
12 hours and stuff. Or torture him, I guess. I don't know. People do in this society.
It's the same thing.
It's pretty much the same. Let's be honest. A man you're letting you shoot for 12 hours?
I think I want to try to manipulate him.
Sure. What do you want
To
to?
walk him down these grimy, dirty streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
See
want
if we're going
to.
to bring him to
I mean, I don't know how this move works precisely, but I want him to tell me.
interrogation chamber.
I want him to basically admit that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me as much as.
So you want him to tell you the truth about this?
I want him to tell me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the
But
truth. And
Is truth subjective?
And I'm going to offer him that I understand his need for vengeance,
Mhm.
and I want to help him avoid the worst possible penalties,
Okay.
and that I'm on his side, except for that I can't just let him go.
Make a manipulate roll. That is how that's done.
So I love it because in more words,
9.
Yugare pretty much said, "I will make your death swift if you agree."
So what
That's pretty much what Yugare said. A lot
with
of words.
9, you got to give him some kind of concrete assurance.
Right now?
This moment. All right. Well, here's my knife. Real quick.
Yeah, it specifically says you must provide concrete assurance right now.
Yeah.
Right now. There's no way. This moment while we walk down these.
I don't know what I would do right now.
Just promise that we won't interrogate him, and he'll go straight to
Straight to the gallows.
the guillotine. I don't know what they use.
Who knows?
I think for commoners, it's like hanging, right?
Yeah.
It'll be a really big drop. You won't feel a thing. I don't know, man. I don't know what this man wants. And it's like, hey, maybe we should read a person and see what he wants.
I mean, you other two dudes could try to read him, but
You want to?
I'd like to hear Andrew's
I want to.
Yugare's assurance. All right, yeah. If one of you dudes wants to make a read a person roll, go for it. As you're holding him. Oh boy!
God.
Hey, you got that?
The XP!
Finally, the XP to improve your moves.
Yeah.
All right, he rolled snake eyes there, and even with the hefty, what is it, +3 for you, or +2? Still rough. All right. Meanwhile, and so yeah, this guy's really crying, and he's just insisting, I didn't kill anybody. He'll periodically mention that person's name, Flower. Aji is looking at this guy, also trying to read him.
Yes.
What do we get?
An 8.
An 8.
Then, asking, but did he kill Ogai? That's a yes, right?
Is that a question you can ask?
Is that what I'm asking?
I don't think that's an option.
Oh.
Just ask him what he wants.
How could I get him to confess?
There you go.
Tactically, that's not the best because you have something that he wants. You already offered him a thing that he wants. Basically, just if you're like understand his situation and and will show him leniency. That's the thing. He doesn't think he should be like in trouble here.
All right.
Does he have to be like hung or whatever?
I mean, you're the one arresting him.
Oh yeah, no, I'm arresting him.
You're the one arresting him under this circumstance, like we talked about in the last game. If he had like powerful friends or advocates, that could maybe be
you said I could
commuted in some way.
Advocate for him.
Yeah, but otherwise, if it's like, a local gambler murdered a samurai, that sounds like that's not going to end well for that gambler.
Okay, well then,
Local businessman, local entrepreneur.
If he tells me the whole story, I am willing to I like what I hear. I would advocate for him.
So you tell him you'll advocate for him. What's the concrete assurance you can give this guy?
I mean, is that not concrete?
Give me your samurai word.
Yeah.
For samurai, that's like what we do. That's
I'm willing to give him
his.
my word that I would advocate for him, unless he's like, okay, yeah, I did it, or something. Then it's like, well, come on, man.
Come on.
I think that the deal is you'll have to put yourself in the position that that's where you are, where then you'll either have to then go back on your word, or
killing him would be
either go back on your word or just accept that you got me. Yeah.
You got me.
Okay, no, not doing that. I'm not offering him any assurance.
Okay, so we don't have any concrete assurance for this guy?
Nope. He seems like he's lying. Seems like he did it. And I'm not going to put my word out there that I would advocate for him, since I already distrust what he's saying. I want to believe him, but he's just giving me nothing to work with.
Okay. If anybody else wants to hop into this, otherwise, what do you do with this dude who you've seized?
Well, I mean, Yugare truly believes that he's committed this crime. I think we're just going to end up
normal arresty
no
stuff.
matter what.
Okay.
Or, drop him off to wherever that kind of thing happens.
Sure. The civil hall is where that would be.
Yeah.
So you guys could have him tortured or interrogated.
What are we looking to learn?
Admission.
Admission of guilt.
Well, you were just wanting to know more from him, so that interrogation could work.
I wanted to know more
You just want to have him.
for his own benefit.
You just want to have him home.
Yeah, let's just get this over with real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick. And then, well, at least for lunch.
I don't want him tortured. My goal was to
spare him of that.
Yeah, try to make it not so bad. He's just not working with me. So, no need to torture him.
Do you want to try anything?
Well, no, I was going to let Yugare call the shots, because this is his arrest. And if he doesn't want it tortured, then...
If he doesn't want it tortured, do you.
Straight to the gallows.
All right. So I think that this guy, you bring him to the civil hall, you guys could run through a quick trial with him, and then just throw him in a cell till they're ready to hang him.
I'll give him one more chance, in, just in the lore. Yugare will sit with him. Anything else you want to talk about?
While he's standing on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let him talk about his daughter as much as he wants to.
I think he's just broken down for the most part. So unless you guys do something to change up the situation, either where you provide him concrete assurance, or maybe the one guy who didn't fail, or maybe somebody else wants to make another kind of manipulate role and would be willing to maybe change something up, perhaps.
Or maybe I just threaten violence again.
Oh, maybe we could torture him for ninja facts or something, right?
Or maybe I just threaten violence.
Yeah, there you go. You just advance that one, right?
Threaten violence again.
I'm going to have to get Yugare out of your way. I'm sitting with him and just trying to...
Oh, we're not walking anymore. We have him in our house, I guess.
But you guys probably bring him to the civil hall, which also operates as where you guys have a courtroom and there's a jail. The jail is mostly a holding cell for later executions.
Well,
you could just say, Yugare, I need a minute with him. Oh, okay. You can talk to him.
This is true. This is Yugare. I wasn't... Yeah, Yugare, just give me a chance to talk to him. Maybe I can admit what he's done or tell us more about it and why he really did it.
Okay. Just, he's been through enough. Don't hurt. No need to hurt him.
Okay. Wow. I'll just open up the guy's jail cell. Mm-hmm. I'll pick him up by his scruff and I'll say, you really need to start talking now or the torture's going to have a hell of a time with you. Those Edda are horrendous people. They do all kinds of depraved acts to people.
All right. But this is you. Okay. Yeah, it's still threatening the form of violence. How we do?
It's an 11.
11. Not bad.
Not 12.
Oh, what about your read a situation things from before? Do they apply?
You know what? Hell. Yes, it does. Yes. So that's a 12.
He has no choice.
He does it. So he's like, fine, I'll tell you.
Got it.
Please.
That's right, torture man.
And he'll say, I didn't kill that murderer, but I hired a man to do it. He killed my daughter, and I thought you were fine with it.
God, it went beyond me.
Taiyo told me it was fine. And then he sneezes. He's like, sorry, it's dusty in here.
That prostitute.
Also,
The prostitute's here.
We had to arrest her too.
Yeah. I told him about it, and he said it was okay.
You're lucky I don't have my wind caught me today. Come back down here and hear everything.
Who did you hire? This is like just normal questions. Who did you hire?
He says, I hired a Ronin named Jaw. He'll for a couple of koku, the equivalent of like 4 wealth. Like he'll kill whoever. And
what's the legal distinction between murdering someone and hiring someone to murder?
Again,
there is none.
Yeah, especially
a samurai.
Yeah, he's a commoner.
Yeah, and he got a samurai murdered.
No bueno.
So I know that it's not my choice. I'm sorry. And then I will, I'll make sure I can. I think I will tell you, I'll tell you, like, obviously, I'll tell you the big stuff, like, oh yeah, this man didn't kill him. He just hired somebody to kill him. But I think I will share that he asked Taiyo for, I will say, and he claimed that he asked Taiyo for permission, and that permission was granted. I'll tell you.
Okay. Can we delay his execution?
Sure.
Do that.
So that he's just going to stay in one of these cells?
He's going to rot there, and then we're going to forget about him next session.
Forget about him next session.
I don't know if...
just be there forever.
Michitaki's like, hi, everybody.
Hey, guys. I don't know if Ichi wants to say anything about how some firemen might come to, like, murder him in the night or something.
Right. That's... what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do, though? Seriously.
That's true. Put some Thunder Guard into it.
Put some Thunder Guard himself? They're just going to pay him off. I mean, come on.
Yeah. All right.
That's how the city works.
You can just let him out.
Pretty true.
He'll just die anyway.
Well, no. Not if he's free. He just continue to pay his fire eaters.
Okay. Well, then I need to talk to Taiyo today.
Since this is only the day after, this is the day you talk to Korchika, right?
Sure.
This is the day after,
The kidnapping.
like literally last night the kidnapping occurred, or was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you come in, one of the things is that it seems to be frequented by a lot of the firemen that were there at that fire that you first went to where you got hit in the face with a bucket. The guys who, the strong-arm firemen. Mm-hmm. There seem to be a lot of them there.
All right.
So just as a heads up on that. So like that is something that you notice when you come in. This seems to be a place where a lot of them are hanging out.
I'll order my tea and tell Taiyo that, just a few hours ago, Aji and Ishii and I went to a gambling barge because I needed to arrest a man called Lean Meat.
Yeah, I think you guys told me that, right?
Oh yeah, that I was going to.
Fun at the gambling bar.
Yeah, so we successfully arrested him. He's at the Civic Hall, and Ishii was able to discuss with him such that he admitted he hired someone called Jaws to murder what's the guy?
Ogai?
To murder Ogai because Ogai killed his daughter.
Oh, that's good. You got him. Because I wonder if maybe we can track down this Jaws person. Maybe if there's like an assassin in here, the city. it was the same one who got rid of Magda.
I absolutely think it is worth looking into this murderer for hire. But the reason I've come to you now is that I must admit I can sympathize with Lean Meat. He sought revenge for his daughter, and such an act of vengeance would be much less looked down upon for a samurai than a commoner.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it unfortunate that his status means he is unable to exact vengeance. Nonetheless, we have the Emperor's law to uphold, so he remains in the Civic Hall awaiting his justice in the form of execution. But from what Ishii told me, he says that he had your permission to get to hire Jaws.
Singular.
Jaw. Just one jaw. Upper or lower, unclear.
Well, that...
This isn't an accusation. If it is not true, then things will continue on their current course. But if it is true that you gave him permission, I would request that you advocate for him so that he does not have to be subject to the laws that treat samurai and commoners as unequal when a samurai himself is the one who expressed permission.
That's really interesting. So you have some, I guess, an amount of sympathy for the gambler?
I know that if it were one of my children, I would want some sort of retribution. Were they murdered? And with my status, I may find that I wouldn't have any repercussions for taking my own vengeance. So yes, I sympathize with his situation.
Interesting. Well, truth is, I didn't give him permission to hire any assassins or anything. But I was working with him for a bit. Ishii and I both were. I guess maybe me to more of an extent than he was, but I was trying to learn more of what was going on in the city, things that we might be blind to, and he became uncooperative, and I got the impression that he didn't think that peace and justice were the most important things to him anymore. So,
do you know why he would believe that you expressed some form of permission for him to commit such an act?
I think he expected some degree of protection if he was helping the magistrates, but I didn't give him any force his hand in anything or give him a suggestion. I think he did tell me about what happened to his daughter, which was depressing, but he also kind of made a decision not to help us anymore either. So I'm not sure of his character any longer. I do kind of feel sympathy for him too, if that was the situation that happened. And I've heard that this Ogai person was not the best character either.
Yes, that does seem to be the case. Well,
it's an interesting situation. I don't know if he'd be worth us, testifying for, but I don't know. What do you think?
He did what he did, and the laws are as they are. So if you didn't give him any permission to do what he did, he had to know what he was risking. And while I don't know how Yugare might word this without trying to sound like avoiding blasphemy against the emperor, but if I were making the laws, maybe he wouldn't be in this position.
Mm-hmm.
If it were up to my humble self. But if he wasn't given permission by a samurai to do what he did, there's no reason any one of us should need to advocate for him. But I'm going to go stay with him tonight. His execution is tomorrow. If you decide he is worth it, or feel free to advocate or not. But yeah,
it's a tragedy either way. I do wonder, maybe we can, especially if you're staying with him, maybe it could work to our benefit, because I was trying to get information about the ninja or anything going on, and that's when he decided to become silent. So maybe he has information he didn't want to tell us, and maybe he would be more in a place to tell you now.
Perhaps, though that will not be the purpose of my staying with you.
Maybe I could pay him a visit then.
Very well.
All right. So we're focusing in kind of on this. So here's an important question. Did you two stay with Ogai, either of you, when you left to go visit Taiyo?
With Ogai or Lean Meat?
I'm sorry. Ogai's dead. Lean Meat.
Did
Aji
Taiyo
Yeah.
or
Ishi?
Did Ishi or Aji stay with Lean Meat at the Civil Hall?
I can hear him frying right now.
They call that's his other child, Cracklin.
I don't think so. I assumed the Civil Hall secure enough.
He's in jail.
I would.
You didn't
I don't
pay.
have anything else to do.
Okay.
Why is he going with these guys? I don't
Okay.
have any, Ishi doesn't have a plan
He's
for
just
now.
bored, like-
And I just
You're
was
gambling
like-
with him.
I was just like, oh yeah, he's probably going to get killed by these people if I don't
Okay.
get him out right this second.
That is true.
So I have to do this thing.
Sure. So you're kind of just hanging around there with basically nothing to do. This place is full of. The Civil Hall mostly has. There are some folks that are like drunks who are basically like locked up for a night, especially like samurai or ronin, or maybe people who are like a little more important than can just be like beaten to stop whatever nasty behavior. There might be a few other people who are in there who are like under arrest and possibly awaiting execution. But as you're kind of hanging around, you're maybe looking at some of these folks. One of the Thunder Guard who definitely works there is like, oh, what's going on with this guy?
He murdered a samurai in cold blood and refused to admit it. But he's going to be executed tomorrow, and I thought I'd stick around just in case he felt like sharing anything.
And he's like, he doesn't have a watch. he
checks it?
It looks
anyway.
real
Yeah.
late. I mean,
there probably are ways that they could tell what time it is, like at night, even if they're inside. Like how far candles have burned down or that kind of thing. But
He had a candle on.
he had a candle on his wrist.
On the comic class.
Once it really starts to hurt, then my shift's over. No, but he kind of like looks at some of these other folks and he looks at this guy and he's like, if you think he's really got something, we can just call in. We can call in one of the Edda to come in here and get whatever else out of him.
no, I promised a friend that I wouldn't.
And he's like, he basically says like,
Weird.
he goes, and he says, if he did that, I mean, maybe you didn't. Yeah, he's like, maybe it happened, but you didn't do it.
This is one of the Thunder Guard?
Yeah, and he's
course
like,
it is.
and we can,
This fucking Thunder Guard
he's
goddamn.
like, maybe it happened.
Every time the
You
Thunder
didn't do
Guard
it.
show up, they're doing some shady shit. I swear to God.
Yeah. So, and he's like, if you promised him that you wouldn't do that, that's good. That's good, and you can absolutely keep that promise. And maybe old June over here got mixed up as to which cell the guy was supposed to bring to the Edda was. I'll get a slap for it for sure, but maybe something sweet in return.
And Yugare would be super upset. Like, how would you rate how upset you'd be? Real upset? Like, just like immediately.
But yeah, and so this guy.
Oh yeah, he's offering me. Yeah, no, I get him.
Strongly
Let's
agree.
put it out there.
I don't know. I have to see it in person, and then
That's why I left.
I don't want to deal with this.
Well, I knew it was going to happen.
No, I feel like my friend is idealistic. I feel like he would still blame me if it happened.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and make a bold roll.
Why do I gotta do these? These bold rolls.
Yeah.
What does this man want?
5 plus.
I'm just saying.
It's a 6.
Oh,
That experience.
you wanted them, right?
No, not anymore. I'm good now.
All right.
So, do I die or
No.
what's going on here?
This guy goes, okay. He leaves.
That worked out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you come back. You come back, and you're arriving at the same time. Yogo Osako is heading to the cells.
Oh, good.
Are you coming with him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yogo Osako is like, oh, excellent. I guess everyone's here.
I suppose so.
She says, I understand you apprehended a prisoner. or apprehended a murderer.
That's correct.
She said, "Well, we can make sure that he's dealt with." And she's kind of like, again, Sorkin-esque, walking with you towards these cells. She says, like, "We can make sure that that's dealt with."
I've been confident that you would. In fact, I've been hoping to delay that very thing. Only because I know how efficient you are. And we're hoping to have more time with him.
There's some suspicion that he might be involved in things that involve our other investigations. So we wanted to talk to him before he couldn't talk any longer.
And she says, "What's the nature of the what's his crime basically?"
He hired a man called Jaw to murder Ogai in retribution for Ogai murdering his daughter.
He says, "A commoner killing a samurai? Well, it's cut and dry. If he admitted it, there's everything that you need." And he goes, and she says, "Honestly, we'll take care of that."
Well, that is the purpose of his stay here and of his impending execution. That's not the extent of our discussions with him.
She says, "A commoner kills a man over something, or a commoner kills a samurai over his perceived sufferings." Nailed it. She basically
one try, baby.
She basically throws out like that's something that is under my jurisdiction.
Damn,
It's pretty cut and dry. It's almost below your. It's not worth your time.
Well, like I said, he might be involved in other investigations that we're looking into, so we need to talk to him before his justice is meted out.
Yeah,
sure.
And she'll say, I've got an interrogator. I'll get everything out of him. I'll let you know if there's anything that you need. You said, do you suspect him of being involved in any particular thing?
Well, yeah, he was a criminal. He could be involved in any number of things. That's why we wanted to ask him questions first. Then maybe your people could dig deeper based on the foundation that we make for you.
Ooh, it sounds like you're manipulating her.
Yeah. Black dice.
What are you giving her in return here? Just to make it clear. So you want to be able to interrogate this person yourselves, or talk to this person yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What does she get out of this?
I mean,
Nothing.
If we have our way.
Yeah, can I use the just our standing as leverage? How is this like her jurisdiction if we brought this?
It's just something that like wouldn't be a thing that the magistrates would do. It's just like this is like a common murder that happened, and it's like a cut and dry case.
If it's like an assassin, we need to find the information on, right? About the leverage is like, we'll share everying that we find with you.
She already offered that same thing.
That is not good enough for this woman. That never once been good enough for her.
I think her response to that would just be like this isn't worth your time. This is the kind of thing I have to take care of. I'll share everything I find with you.
Well, what does she want?
That sounds like you got to read her. That's a pretty good roll.
All right, I can ask her any 3 questions I want.
Awesome.
She's been trying to cover up this murder. Why? Because you shared that with us, right? That she was trying to cover it up? Or no?
No.
Wait.
Well, it seems like she's trying to cover it up because she's trying to take.
I don't think I
knew that.
Over.
No, you did. When you were meeting with Aji and your investigator was like, why does she want to cover this up so bad? Like she's blackmailing another magistrate in order to cover shit up. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I would have shared that part.
Well, you would have shared that part because
That's a big one to slip in. That now
got it as a human. I forgot from last week.
I feel like
it is a big one. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I said that's a
big one to forget in this situation. For entirely how this situation would be handled, and also how his involvement would be in the situation.
I left. Okay.
Well, I guess you didn't have to tell us about Aji.
Yeah, I didn't have to mention that part.
Yeah, I mean,
I was
I get
like,
3 of these. This seems like
this guy was almost dead. Stuck around.
Okay, so are we saying that you shared that info with them?
I don't want to.
What info? Just so that we know it. It's fine if you do, but what info was shared?
If I had remembered as a person, I would have shared as a character everything up to Aji being involved with bad stuff, basically.
Okay, so you would have said that Yogo Osako was involved in trying to cover up.
Mm-hmm. And I would say, like, the dojo lady is the one who did the investigation, and I trust her, and, like, everything about, like, my dragon master from my clan.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, and wasn't the implication that she was blackmailing him to keep it under wraps?
But I
Right?
think when
I would just say that
That she was trying to cover it up.
The degree of
She was blackmailing
blackmail
people.
to keep it under wraps.
Could be anybody.
Yeah.
who knows? Who's gonna
Do you say
us?
she's gone to the degree of blackmailing people to kill Kitsuki Jotomen to keep this under wraps?
Yeah.
Okay, but you leave out Aji in that equation.
Yeah. I don't keep any secrets except for Aji's.
I keep no secrets, but Aji though, he's cool.
Oh man,
Okay.
do you see how that? Isn't that weird? How we don't throw other magistrates on the bus? Crazy.
You have.
I'm a team player.
Aji, all you've done is kill people.
But not so much.
Okay.
Aji's right. He hasn't killed a
So now knowing that,
So why is it important that this is covered up?
why is it important that this is covered up? And the good thing is, you know this, and you figure it out. She doesn't say it at all. She's like blank as usual, like kind of like very stone-faced. He mentions Jaw. You know Jaw is the one that killed Watchful.
You do now, baby.
You connect the dots. So the assassin there is the one that killed Watchful, and you know Yogo Osako has known that. So she didn't want that coming out.
Jaw is.
You know where Jaw is?
Whoa! There's so many better questions.
Does she know where Jaw is?
Wasting your ammo.
He should be dead in the crab caves in just a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
What?
She really
Yes.
working.
Ooh.
Is that your question?
Probably
Yeah.
discovered her.
Who does she really work for?
Yeah.
She worked for the cartels, which you knew before.
Yeah.
But now you can tell. She just works for Hayobu at this point. Like now that this stuff has happened,
I was hoping you'd say serial killer.
because you had read her before and you knew that she was totally in the pocket of the cartels,
Right.
And now you could tell that that's not like she's chosen a side in this conflict. Yogo Osako,
Well,
and she just
Really?
wears that mask that's just the like mesh, almost like a fishnet stocking just across her eyes.
Right. Why don't you go to the crab caves? Why don't you go to the crab caves?
Again?
Are you requesting Yugare to do that, like right now, in the middle of the scene?
Quietly?
Do you give him any indication of why to go to?
oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I think
Make
Joel's
it
there,
through whisper.
but not for much longer. I can try to stall her.
Okay.
If you see any of those two, if you can use magic powers to bring them too. Or instead.
All right. I'll go try to do that.
Oh, you know what I didn't ask is what leverage I should have got. Which was the reason I did that.
Yeah. But I got so much better, so many more better things. Who cares what that guy knows? Now we know where Jaws is and that he's going to die in a minute.
I got some leverage. Well, I think Yuri had something come up, but I think
It's called Yugare, but that's fine.
oh, I meant Yugare.
In a hurry.
Not enough time for all those syllables.
Not all syllable necessary.
I
But
one word for the short word too.
yeah, I do need to talk to him before you.
She's like again, this is something below your pay grade. We'll make sure that we find everything out, and I'll let you know what happened.
I'm
Well,
paid
you know
enough
what's
to decide
Yeah.
what's below my pay grade.
Yeah, how about I talk to him first, and then I'll keep the fact that you're covering this stuff up out of my reports.
Oof.
There's that leverage.
Damn.
That can work.
All right,
Sure.
So-
make a roll.
all right. I got this
Don't roll
advance
like
too.
shit. Don't, you gotta roll like a $12, please.
That would be good. This is only a 2 though, not advanced to a 3.
Pretty good.
Oh my
that?
god.
11, 12, 13.
13.
She's my ally for life.
Oh my
BFF.
god, not okay. I acted like it was a kid, but it's not.
I forget what the actual 12 is, but I know in a popular
It is that.
BFF, right?
It's just slimmed down. Yeah, they'll act in your interest. So she says, all right.
Ridiculous.
So, does Yugare leave? Has Yugare left?
Yeah.
All right, so it's just the two of you in the hallway?
Oh, no.
Sure.
And she says,
Oh, maybe now
Yeah,
it
she
makes
said-
sense that I have dirt on her. She's like, oh, now I'm your friend.
she's like,
Maybe.
Yeah, she's like-
I'm just giving you suggestions.
yeah, so she'll just say like, listen, you, yeah, I think so. There's a switch. Once he leaves, she'll say, like, we had to wait till he left, but you don't want him. Where did you send him? Like yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
she
guess
says-
we're best friends, right?
So she'll say, there's no, like, you didn't want him to hear what Lean Meat could say.
Right.
But where did he go? I don't know how much Lean Meat already told them.
Well, he went to see if we could track down Jaw.
And she says, yeah, you don't want him to track Jaw down.
Why?
She says, like, Jaw's been involved in some other stuff that you don't want them learning. The less I tell you, the less culpable you are. You don't want him to be able to question Jaw. And also, Jaw will kill that guy.
Bring me along.
Jaw's a murderer. If Jaw's alive when he gets there, it's a good chance your friend doesn't come back.
I'm on the way.
Yeah.
Just go in. Did you bring me along or not?
You don't know yet.
Oh, come on, Andrew.
All right. Oh, but we're in the cell now, right?
I think you're, because
We're in the
he's at
hallway,
the
right?
cell, yeah. So like,
So we're almost to where he is.
right. But so she's like, I don't know what Lean Meat has said, but if he's, I think then she says, you already found that. If you've already found that out, you already know everything. Just kill him.
Oh, kill Leany?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so she's very cavalier about it just at this point. Again, she's still very stone-faced about through all of this stuff. But I'll say she does look a little differently. She has a little more emotion on her face than before. And but she says like that's the most damning thing. Joe knows other piddly shit that the fire eaters do. And if some Thunder Guard that are on the take. That's the big thing. If you already know that, you got it. Just get rid of them. Everything else just puts more work on me, but also then you guys are going to run around after us.
So this isn't related to the ninja or fate or anything like that?
No, she says, Jaw's not somebody that you want them talking to. And if he's still around when he gets over there, you're not going to like it.
Did he kill Magna too?
No.
Well, guess I'll have to tell them the bad news. See you later.
And she says, again, I really hope your friend, I really hope Jaw's not around when your friend gets there. We hop next door. She says, like, she dismisses herself. You do that. So Taiyo comes in. There's that Thunder Guard who's there, who had been talking to you, is like, oh, it's getting crowded in here.
So what's going on? Where's Yugare? I said he'd be coming back.
We got, looking at the Thunder Guard, we got a lead that had to be looked at immediately. Yugare's there now. I think he might need some protection.
Okay, well, where'd he go then?
I'm gonna lean in and tell you this, hopefully obscuring it from the Thunder Guard person, but to the Crab Caves. And Jaw might be there, this assassin person.
Oh, okay.
But
alright, okay,
heard
cool.
he is very dangerous.
Alright, then I would, if you want me to go, then I would just go. This is not a thing I've been thinking he was going to do it.
Alright, I'll try and find Aji too.
Yugare, Could you make a bold roll for me? Defy danger. You are dealing with
Maybe no.
getting there in time, getting there, and you're literally running against the clock to get to this spot.
Getting there and not dying.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there and not being done.
I want to make the move where I call with Air Kami to see if they can go with me.
I think
but I can do this one too. I don't know what order.
So you're heading there first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are you headed there like, oh, I'm there, they'll meet me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead and make the bold roll. How did we do? Pretty well.
8.
Okay.
Good.
-1.
Not dead, probably.
Yep.
Oh no.
It used to be 0
Oh, okay.
before I hit 6.
That's right.
Arm the first
That
Before he
makes sense.
died.
That does make more sense.
Okay.
That's probably the wrong thing to minus.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you are running with great speed towards the crab caves. Here's the issue: the crab caves is a whole neighborhood. Once you get there, it's kind of taken you a little while because you have to figure out where you're going. Until you get to a rundown, crappy building. Yeah, it's just this ugly inn.
Here it is. I knew it.
Yeah, it's this just extremely ugly inn, and you can tell that this is a place that you should definitely pay attention to because bursting out of the back door of this inn is a tall, lanky samurai with a nodachi
Oh, it's the boy.
who stabs one of the Thunder Guard and is
That's
running
the
out of this
lanky guy.
place.
That's the one?
That's Lanky Boy.
I know,
And,
Lanky Boy.
got him.
There's a slight issue
Does Lanky Boy minutes.
that he's running very near to you.
I gotta fire Kami him.
Oh my god.
So, all right. So I think we see that as this dude who just stabbed one of these Thunder Guard, and you hear like a big commotion inside, is running towards you. I think we cut the scene there for a minute. Yeah. So Taiyo was talking to Lee Mate.
Me?
And the Thunder Guard's still there?
That one Thunderbird guy is this?
Yeah, you could probably get this guy out of here if you want.
No, I was just wondering if he's still there.
Yeah, he's still around.
So I guess I know everything I wanted to actually ask him. Well, I can't say I'm surprised to see you in this situation again. I do wish we could have kept our partnership.
And he's like, I'll help you out. Please, just help me out of this.
Help me out. I heard you already took steps to go against me.
He's like, no. Listen, I just...
Now you're saying that I forced you to hire someone? Was that what you said?
I didn't say that. I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay.
I
like that. I just like that line now. Do we just leave there? Or?
I think I just I kind of just look at the Thunder Guard and just say, I have to go look for my associate, and I'll go and look for Aji.
Oh, if you could add it one more meaning.
It's like it's like, I'm sorry, Lean Meat, I can't protect you right now. I have to go look for my associate.
Yeah, like I said, he stabbed one of these Thunder Guard, knocked the guy over, and he's running. You're kind of like amidst these alleys that are full of like gross, dirty snow and just some like refuse and that kind of thing. There's maybe like a like old chicken coop kind of thing stacked up nearby, and this guy's got to run pretty much past you.
So he's coming straight toward me.
Right. You can just get out of his way. He's not attacking you, per se, but he's running down this alleyway where you are.
Nah, I gotta fire Kami on standby here.
Okay.
So, I want to frighten or deliver one harm is better. I think I want to frighten him.
Okay. So, what does that look like?
I think it's like this limpy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Yugare's not an old guy, but he's
Walking with a
limpy.
cane now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, this guy just stabbed a Thunder Guard and is expecting this guy to move out of his way as he runs. But Yugare just, like, stands there, and I think his clothes, like, whip a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, licks of flame come off out of nowhere, and, like, just for a moment, like, a big fire erupts in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he holds up his walking stick, and then there's just, like, this huge wave of fire with, like, a face,
Uh-huh.
and it just as quickly dissipates, but
Okay.
it's scary.
Yeah, that's good.
Real scar.
Yeah, so I think this guy kind of stops and kind of skids in some of this snow water, and you see him. He's a man he's a tall, lanky guy. He seems like he maybe like threw on this armor haphazardly, this like kind of like light armor that he's wearing. His face looks real busted up, like something's very wrong with his jaw. And you're like, that nickname wasn't one he chose.
Is he in here?
Yes, yeah. And he has this huge sword that he kind of like whips around and swings. And the sword is, you've seen Ishii carry this before, where it's like that kind of like nutso length sword where the blade is like as long as the average man is tall easily. And seems muscular. Like in this picture, he's wearing like a shirt on under this armor. I think in this he is not. And some of the flaps on this like breastplate are like askew or like buckles. That's the word. Are askew or unbuckled or something like that. And I think he just turns tail to run.
That's
to run away. Yeah.
He's running away.
So, but it means he's got to run back toward that inn.
Was there just the one Thunder Guard that got stabbed?
You heard a lot more commotion in there.
Probably a bunch.
Well, I want to try to strike him with lightning.
Oh my god.
All right, go for it. What do we get? 8. All right. So what does that mean?
That means
I know there's a big list of
2
things.
and you choose 1. Oh, it's 2 harm, hand, loud, damage, like a weapon. That's what it says.
But you can make it become a projectile, right?
I don't know how it works. One of the options is close/far.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I need to choose that one since he's not right next to me?
I mean, he is running away from you.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't know the parameters. And
Close as far as like a bow and arrow is close as far. That's
What's the
compared
base
to
thing?
hand, which is like a sword.
it says when you're in physical conflict and call in the divine powers to harm
You
your
could probably hit him just at hand range. We said he was running right towards you.
I'll choose I suffer no harm.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
Good one.
And I mean, I guess he's wearing armor, so armor piercing.
And armor piercing. Okay.
Hollow point lightning ball.
We'll see. He did murder me earlier like this.
Hollow points don't fit armor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the move doesn't say that it's lightning, but that's what we did last time, and that seems like a good theme to stick with.
Sure.
I'm gonna have it do just an additional harm.
All right,
So it's more damaging.
let's find out if he's dead.
So, hold on.
Oops. There goes our witness.
Damn it, don't kill him. That was his point. We
He
don't
can't
kill
talk
him.
anyway. He's got a weird jaw thing.
No, not
So
true.
that's 3, right?
You don't know him. I think he's still alive. He's only at like 4 harm, maybe.
So this guy is like it's blasted through like part of this armor, or you just zapped him with this lightning, and he's like kind of like
Don't tease me, bro.
That's exactly.
yeah, he's
Also, we didn't choose not loud or blinding to look upon.
So this is like a thunderbolt that comes out of nowhere. You hear this thunder that comes out of nowhere, and this guy was very, very frightened before, and
Jaw-dropping.
yeah, jaw-droppingly so.
Does it drop him?
It's a jaw-dropping move.
And I think he just starts kind of like swinging this sword somewhat, almost like flailing it in pain, and like yelling out, like what the hell is this? What the hell is this? He's got like his voice is screwed up, and he's yelling, and he seems like he's in a lot of pain.
Oh, my bad. He can talk.
God.
And he's just like,
with a thunderbolt.
yeah, and he's screaming all kinds of curses at everybody. And he's like, "Oh, you guys are all bastards!" Yeah. And yeah, so the move's up to you. I think you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna tell him to put down his weapon. I'm gonna try to manipulate
I
him.
got another lightning bolt out and came
Are you gonna
from.
manipulate him, or are you threatening to?
Oh yeah, I guess I'm threatening him with. That is not a good move for me.
You're threatening him with voltage.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
That sounds about to be on voltage.
How do we do?
Hey,
Damn.
8.
8 again.
You have a negative 1.
I have a negative 1 to strong.
Oh God!
And I think this guy's kind of like swinging his sword and saying like let me out of here. I'll tell you what's up.
I don't know if I know what I want to know.
This guy.
So this
I
guy
just know that Taiyo sent me here.
There's a go here now.
I think he'll tell you. Yeah, he'll just straight up tell you. He's like, it was Subtle, goddammit. Subtle was the one. Now let me go.
Subtle. I remember Subtle, but I don't remember.
You guys haven't interacted with this character on screen.
No, but
Okay.
I remember reading it.
Yeah, you've definitely heard about Subtle for sure. So he's doing that, and he's trying to like back away, and he's like, it was Subtle. Now let me get out of here.
So forgive me if I overstep, but I think Yugare would not be okay with that because he just stabbed a Thunder Guard. So Yugare's like, no, you have to put that down and come with me. And maybe Yugare is gonna go toward him, and he just dashes off into the alleys or something.
This guy runs? Yeah, that works. Ishii, go ahead and make another bold roll. God damn it.
Just for my ego, how many people came out and were like, holy crap, what did that guy just do? That was awesome.
There's definitely... You realize that this inn is like a brothel, and it's really a gross brothel. Like, it's really disgusting. Everybody inside is fairly old, real kind of messed up looking.
They clear out everyone's syphilis.
All right.
Because a little bit I want.
But there are people who are like, who are looking at that. A lot of the Thunder Guard are kind of like messed up and like helping each other get out of here.
He's the real Thunder Guard.
I want a little bit of pedigree for the Emerald Magistrate. These guys are legit.
All right. But Ishii, you run smack face to face as you're heading to where you think Yugare is, but you only know literally a neighborhood. So that doesn't narrow it down a ton. But you run smack face to face into a dude who looks... has like a bunch of blood on him. He's singed partially. He's tall and lanky. And you heard like a crazy thunderbolt at some point. You run smack into this dude, and this dude's carrying a Nodachi that definitely has some blood on it.
Nodachi definitely has some blood on it.
And he's like, out of my way! Any idea what you're doing here?
I'm trying to capture him.
Okay, because otherwise this guy seems like he's down to just push you aside and keep running.
I don't know what capturing is, but I'm gonna do it. I assume either strong.
Yeah, definitely battle. You're gonna try to grab him.
All right,
and this is a man who you're pretty positive will fight back.
The only issue about battle is...
Just make a pretend thunder noise.
Whatever.
Yeah, he might be a little jumpy.
It's a 7.
7
plus.
It's just a 9.
Just a 9.
The only issue with battle is that I automatically inflict terrible harm.
Oh yeah.
I don't get to choose it if it just happens now. It's because I'm a Hirabushi.
Okay.
I don't need to choose it. It just happens. That's kind of an issue. I don't want to kill
an extra thing.
It just always happens. I always inflict terrible harm.
Broken off.
So how does it work? Where you don't have to choose it?
I don't have to choose it.
Okay.
It always happens.
So you can choose other things, or
no? Yeah, it's
so
just
you
like I don't have to.
2, but really you can have 3 if the third one is inflict terrible harm.
But it's literally said, you always... Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, your enemy always suffers terrible harm when I battle. That is not a choice. That is just...
Yeah, so you never have to... Oh, so wait, you can pick it.
People up real hard.
Mm-hmm. So I guess you can also...
I can also pick it if I really want to extra murder somebody. Right?
Yeah. So...
But I don't want to murder him.
So you hug him.
I hold back a little bit on that inflict terrible harm bit.
Sometimes it's just not up to
choose 2. I seize what I want.
Okay.
And I suffer a little harm.
All right. So you're going to suffer 2 harm.
Do I have armor? Yeah, armor. Does that make it 0? You want to give me 3 harm just so it's at least 1?
You're suffering little, so it's knocking that down from 3 to 2.
So I would take 0.
So you're wearing your full battle armor to
always. This? That's the crab's ability. I'm always wearing full battle armor.
Okay.
Unless I say otherwise.
All right.
Which I have yet to.
So, all right, and you grab this dude?
Yep.
Okay, and you're doing how much harm? 4, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not using my sword. I'm using my...
Are you just grabbing him?
Grabbing him. Like, I'm literally, like, bear hugging this person.
Okay.
You just can't help yourself from biting him.
I just can't help myself from literally crushing him to death, apparently.
Yeah, you guys, there's like kind of a fist fight as you kind of struggle to get the sword away from him. But yeah, you wrestle this guy to the ground. And he's like...
Dead. Okay, good.
No, he's not dead. That's if you used your sword, yeah, he would have died.
Not as much.
But wait, so... yeah, I just said he was alive. This dude is almost dead. I just did the math in my head a second time.
He chose that he gets what he wants.
So you've captured this dude, and he's like, let me go. I was set up. It was a setup. Let me go. What the hell? These guys, every one of them is a bastard.
I have like some kind of cloth on me or something. I'm gonna gag him. I'm just gonna gag him so he shuts the fuck up. And I'm like, then I'm gonna try to take him back to our residence and like lock him up in a room in our residence.
You can find him easily.
Yeah, so I think
there's a bunch of noises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely find him easily. So I'll let you two have your conversation if either of you wants. If you have anything to say to each other.
Ishi, be careful. There's a madman on the. Oh. Okay.
He's like hog-tied in front of him.
Yeah.
Sorry I let him get away.
It's, at least I ran into him. I'm just going to take him back to our residence for now, until we get to figure out what's going on. I know you don't like it.
I think I have to go back and check on that Thunder Guard that got stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like you don't care about me taking this murderer to the place where your wife and children?
I trust you.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that we have that trust. Alright, go check on that boy. I'm sure everything will be fine. I've already failed 2 rolls this night. It can't get worse.
Okay.
I just need to see if he's dead or if I can try to heal him.
Okay.
And keep him from dying.
Sure. So you go there and you see that there were 6 of these Thunder Guard, and probably one of them definitely got killed, and probably 2 or 3 of them got seriously hurt. That dude was
missing limbs, or
it's a big sword.
With some of them, maybe that limb's not going to work well anymore. One guy where it's he might not make it, kind of wounded. Oh, I got sliced through the chest. Is this going to stop bleeding ever? Kind of a thing. So yeah, there's definitely people who are. There's definitely at least one guy who is mortally wounded. He's just going to die, and another person who is. In serious need of medical, the ambulance would be this dude's in critical condition and we don't know. We don't know how it's going to go. And then other people who are just severely injured.
Okay, well, I want to try to use this move. It's very volatile of a move. Maybe ask everyone to stay clear, and I'm going to try to heal the people in the most dire need of it.
Sounds good.
Why is it volatile?
Because I don't get to pick the element necessarily, and all 4 elements do different things.
Okay.
Only one of them heals.
Oops.
But I got a 12, so I get to choose.
That's pretty good.
And I would choose the Earth Kami, which will heal a person present for 1 harm.
If you get a 12, it's even better?
12 is I get to choose.
Okay.
Under 12, you choose.
Wow, so...
It's harsh.
Okay. So yeah, so you touch this guy, and you can kind of... I don't know the visual, but it's the way it's been described in other L5R stuff is it's the strength of the earth itself comes up, and Earth Kami provide this person the strength and stability to endure. Essentially, the way the mountain endures. He's not a plant. He starts to photosynthesize. He fills blood with soil.
Oh, that sounds.
Sounds sanitary.
And what's the mechanical effect?
He heals 1 harm.
Okay. So this dude is still really messed up, but I'm going to just say, because he's an NPC,
right?
He's just not
gonna die.
He is not going to die. But this dude just retired.
Sure.
This guy just retired. And there's a good chance that some of these other people are...
They're going to retire.
They're going to be on... If office duty existed, that's what they'd be doing. These people are messed up.
Well, that's a shame.
Sure. We see you healing this person, and they're breathing kind of come back to normal, and the bleeding stop as you've taken gross brothel rags and tried to bind the wounds of this person. The final scene that we see is, and I'm going to kind of wrap this up here, is a confrontation where two of the guys from the samurai squad and Yogo Osako show up, and she's carrying a naginata that you've seen her carry only when Matsu Fukushu showed up, and she and the other samurai dismount these like ponies as you're dragging this dude through the street, and the last thing we see is them kind of like stop and
what did they call upon me?
Yeah, as you're dragging this guy back to the magistrate residence. And I think that's where we have our cliffhanger. City of Lies is Tone as Kakita Aji, Brandon as Hideishi, David as Bayushi Taiyo, Andrew as Agasha Yugare, and Austin as your game master. The theme music for City of Lies is Mission of Danger by Lobo Loco. Additional music for this episode includes Shadow Man by Lobo Loco. Our intro was read by Scott. This American Dice Ryoko Owari City of Lies uses the City of Lies box set by Greg Stolz, published by Alderac Entertainment Group. The mechanics used is a modified PBTA system by Brendan Taylor of Galileo Games. Join us next time for more This American Dice.